Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel featuring the Valle de Guadalupe here in Baja, California. Alrededor del Valle, we say in Espanol. It means around the valley. I'm your host, Ron McCabe. I'm the owner, winemaker of Bodegas Celli Winery and Brewery. Today we're going to be visiting my friend Aimé Despons, owner and winemaker of Sol Ibarra, one of the finest little wineries here in the Valle de Guadalupe. Come along with us and let's go meet Aimé now, and we'll take a walk around his winery. Thank you for receiving me to visit with you today. I really appreciate that.
Anytime.
Yeah. Well, I've known you for, I was trying to recall. It seems to me I knew you about 3 years before I actually moved to the valley.
Were you not inspired a little bit about project?
I was totally inspired by your project. Do you remember I brought some shiitake mushrooms and I said, let's make a dinner because I love to cook and I love good wine, and you are very well known for your cooking and your winemaking. Yeah. I brought my sister here once, even way back in those days. But it was a big inspiration to me at that time before I opened my place. So.
But do you remember that? I have to.
Oh yes, let's drink to that. Yeah, let's drink to that. Well, this is delicious. What are we drinking?
This one is called Malvoisie. Malvoisie.
Malvoisie.
Yeah, it's a wonderful white wine. The origin is probably Greece.
Mm-hmm.
It's very popular in Europe,
Uh-huh.
but not known in this continent at all.
Uh-huh.
So I have the exclusivity. Mr. Magoni
Yeah.
has a little
Uh-huh.
vineyard, and he kept the
Limited
the-
production.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
very limited.
Wonderful.
And that's the thing that people remember when they come here.
Well,
And, I think also another good point is that in Switzerland we have a very special white wine, and the one from Switzerland, Chasselas, and this one, Malvoisie, they are cousins. They are genetically
okay.
cousins.
Well, this is this is one of the things that I think get lost here in the valley. When you have small wine production wineries like yourself, like mine, we tend to specialize in things that have a cultural background with us, and we bring that here to the valley, and we do this with grapes that are grown in Mexico, and sometimes, in my case, I use Mexican grapes to make Italian style wine. So you end up with something that isn't exactly like it was at the old country, but something very interesting and very, very unique.
You've got to be original.
You have to be, you do have to be original, which comes to the point of when I first met you, you were building these structures here. Now you build what is the process? It is a, I don't even remember the name for it. It was cob or something like that. Is it called that?
It is called cob.
It is called cob.
In England, I visited the Cobb Cottage.
Uh-huh.
Over there, they have maybe thousands. They were built in the 15th century.
Uh-huh.
That means they would last forever.
They do last forever.
They do last forever. So that I was passionate at that time because I was thinking about my winery.
Mm-hmm.
Building my house first,
Yes.
then eventually make a winery,
Uh-huh.
because it was not completely defined at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so I came, when I retired in 2005, I came down to this place, and I had arranged the land first with my cousins, so I was ready to start. And I started building, I took first a little course 2 weeks, two
okay.
weeks, 2 weeks workshop.
To know how to
Yeah,
do
to
it
know
properly.
how to do it. And I was completely ready when I came down here and to start working.
Well, I remember when you were had completed your first place while you were working on your main home there. That was the point at which I met you, and at that time you were still doing quite a bit of painting. I can see from in your tasting room that you're still quite active with your painting and
I have no more time.
well,
The age doesn't help.
no.
I am so busy now with the winery, and I'm a little bit lazy too.
Listen. I know your pain. You know I'm a novelist. I write books. I just finished my last novel in 2 months ago. Is just now published, and but it's the same thing. The energy and the time, in addition to everything else that we do in the wineries, it's very time consuming. But you have built a very successful and a wonderful place here with a great reputation for your wines and your wonderful architecture and your friendship. And we want people here in our YouTube channel to know about your place. We'll put a means for them to contact you and some information about how to get to you, how to find you here. Because the whole idea behind this is to bring more knowledge to. In our case, we're specifically trying to target the audiences of Southern California. They are our closest neighbors, and we need to break this this notion that with the political disruption that's going on, that there's some problem going back and forth with the border. There isn't. We're very happy to receive everybody from Southern California here, and we wish more would come. So this is an open invitation for those viewers, our viewers, to come and visit Aimé Despons here in Sol Ibarra. Do you think, Aimé, that we could maybe take a walk to your barrel room and have a look and see inside your barrel room?
Sure.
All right, let's go and see Aimé's barrel room and where he conditions his bottling also. Let's go.
Let's go.
I remember the last time I was here, for example, your bottles were all the way full.
I used to have
all the way to the
up.
top. Yeah.
Now I have partially already passed half of these. Now I do that. Like here. But the Marbet, you know the Marbet?
Yes. Yeah.
So I finished the Marbet and I'm waiting to buy new Marbet because they restrict the time of the validity. So
yes.
So I only went half down now. But normally.
Well, and you don't have to worry about them until you put a label on it anyway. So it's better like that. But I've always admired this setup because this is one of the most efficient bottle conditioning arrangements I have run into in the valley.
We did ourselves. Everything.
Yeah, this is angle iron and welded together. Yeah, very nice, very efficient, very strong.
But besides this, I have another place where I keep the wine. This is just this is one step, 1 year, second year, and the third years in another.
Okay. How many how many different wines are you producing now?
Now I have this system where I give tasting 7 wine. 7 wine. So I have 6 red and 1 white.
Okay.
So I must have always 6 red. I have 7, normally 8, because if there is one that is gone, I can put another one and change the menu.
Excellent. One of the things I remember from way back when I first met you, you had a very strong philosophy about your winemaking. You used the golden formula, I think.
Yeah.
You said.
When I mixed.
Do you still
the proportions between one and the other is normally the golden.
The ratio.
Ratio.
Do you still adhere to that philosophy?
Yeah, that was especially for one that I was very successful for years, which is a blend with with the Cabernet and the Grenache.
Ah, okay, uh-huh.
Which now the Grenache came out so good that I keep it as a mono.
As a monovarietal, uh-huh, yeah. I will do that occasionally when I have an exceptional harvest. A few years ago, I had an exceptional harvest of my Sangiovese, which came from the Ojos Negros, region, and it was extraordinary. Yeah. Yeah, I like the grapes that come from them. They have a very different characteristic than the ones that are from here, and of course from San Vicente.
Give me an idea to make some Sangiovese. I will be looking for in the.
I made mine in a Chianti style. What do you say we go back now and to your tasting room and sit and enjoy maybe one or two of your red wines?
Sure.
And we'll call it a day. We're going to have some red wine, in mate.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. Thanks.
We're going to have some red wine.
Let's see the camera.
What's happening?
Are you filming something very important?
You right there.
Oh,
You should have let me
So
know.
smile very
I didn't
nice.
wear makeup today.
So that's, by the way, this is the final roof of my construction. This is what I did. I did this. I bought I bought 1,000 pieces of 2 feet wide,
Uh-huh.
2 by 4.
Yes.
And I glued them together.
Wow.
I did that on the table.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see that. I see. So they're very strong.
This is very strong. This is there is 2 feet space between the roof and the ceiling.
Ah, okay. Sort of a kind of a space for insulation.
For air to go.
Uh-huh. For air movement. Yeah. But you only display your work up here. Now, do you permit or do you bring guests here
the guests are
welcome to come and visit? Uh-huh. Yeah, because I would think that this would be very, very interesting for art lovers. I mean, what goes better than wine, art, and good food? Yep.
That's the good.
And good friends.
That's yeah.
And good friends.
That's the
Yeah.
way of our life is going.
Do you sell your work?
No.
This is only
it's
for
a collection for
it's a collection only to.
my gallery.
Uh-huh. Sure. No,
Because I am attached to those drawings.
Oh.
That was a long period of time
Yes.
that I was doing that.
Uh-huh.
I was doing it on the side when I was working as a chef.
Okay.
And so I had the chance to have another day off, so I had 3 days off in a week. And I could go to the workshop. I can go every place, only drawing. I was very possessed by this.
I know the feeling. As I say, the medium of my art is different than the medium of your art, but I'm passionate about it.
You've got to be passionate.
Yeah,
That's the only way you can.
Someone asked me recently, well, how can you just keep writing? It would be impossible for me to stop writing. If I tried, I couldn't. It's always in my head, always in my head. So, yeah, and I imagine art is like that also. You have an image, you have an idea, and obviously you have extraordinary skills, so you can capture that.
So this is just a few minutes drawing.
Wow.
Because you cannot retouch. When you do a line, you cannot retouch anything.
Okay.
When the line is done, it's done.
It's done. And I imagine you learn to do that very well.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise you will be throwing a lot of canvas paper away.
But at the beginning, you have to learn.
Yes. Aimee, I want to thank you for your generosity today. Thank you for your kindness to invite us here and show us around. And yeah, we look forward to coming back and visiting you again. Maybe in the spring next year we'll come for another visit with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your visit.
Thank you. And remember, there's nothing better in life than a great bottle of wine shared with a wonderful friend and family.